want to do our mixed media challenge for our crafty patch on Facebook, and the prompts for July, the colour is red, which is really not my colour, but I have got some like off red cardboard circles there. And the prompts are, I just pulled these out randomly: splatter paint, add some stamping to your page, use scrap strips of paper. Now the scrap strips, I have so many of these left over from projects, you know, just the strippy bits. So that's what I was thinking with the scrap strips, those strippy bits there. Use punched or die cut shapes, which is really good. So I have got some die cut red circles that I had for another project that I cut way too many for, so I've got those out. Paint with a palette knife, use random words, and add a page border. Okay, so pretty simple prompts today. Not sure how my page is going to end up or what it's going to end up looking like, but we just recently had a die cut swap, so you might be able to use a couple of your die swaps that you received just recently on your page. Okay, so I've got all these bits of scrappy papers, scrappy strips I should say. You'll have to excuse me, I'm just getting over the flu and my voice might sound a bit rough. Alright, so the first one I'm going to do is add some stamping. Add some stamping to your page. So I've got my page ready. When I use ink in my mixed media, I always use the stays on, because it doesn't activate if you put another wet medium on top of it. Okay, so I'm just going to put some random bits of stamping on my page, just anywhere. Okay. And another one here, I think. There we go. Okay, this it's going to be a bit wobbly in my journal, but can't do much about it because there's quite a few bits and pieces on previous pages. Okay, now that's one of them, one of the prompts out of the way, some stamping. And the next thing I think I'm going to do is what, Wendy? Paint with a palette knife. If you don't have a palette knife, you can just use one of your normal knives from your kitchen. So I'm going to put some paint on, and I have chosen Sage, which is a Dina Wakley acrylic paint, and I've also got a cool grey, plus I've got my white gesso out if I put a bit too much on. Okay, so I might put a little bit of grey on first. I don't know why I picked these colours, they're just, I think because they were on the top. Oops. So I just squirt some paint on there and just scrape it on with my palette knife. Okay, so I've got that there. you scrape your paint on. It doesn't really take that long to dry. Okay, alright, so I've got a bit of grey on. Now don't forget, because the colour's red, you can put red on here first, but I've just chose to use red. Well, they're kind of like, it's an off red, it's like a burnt red. It's not a very bright red, but I've chose to use red for my die cut circles. Oh, I've already got grey on. Okay, I'm going to put, I need to put my chair up, that's what I need to do. That's a bit better. Okay, now I'm just going to add a little bit of the sage. Alright, okay, so far so good. So that's dry enough now. I was just looking at this, and I think I actually just want to add a little bit of white, my gesso, just to the top of it, because it's a bit dark in a few places. So just going to add just some strips of white gesso. So that's just like toning that down in certain spots, okay? And it also adds just another little bit of interest as well. Okay, that should be alright. Should be dry enough for me. Oh, I'm dropping everything. Okay. So the next thing, I might put on some of my scrap strips now. So I've got these ones here. They're all different shapes and sizes. I'm just picking out a few that I might like to use. So they can be any size that you want, any colour that you want to use. Okay, so I think that might do me. So what I'm thinking, is that there? Let's just rip that one. Let's get some of these scraps done. And all I'm going to do is more or less just lay them just randomly on my page, but in a little bit of order, if you know what I mean. Okay, so right, half that one. I might cut that one in half just to make it a little bit thinner. Up the whiter. Okay, and I might trim this one down a bit. I'm not cutting very straight, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. And just do what you feel comfortable with. So let's put one there and one there. And one there. One there. Now, do I want any more strippies? Okay, I think that might do me for the time being. So I'll get these all glued down, and I'm going to actually use a wet glue on here. So as you may all know, we have renamed our group on Facebook, Sell from the Purple Outhouse, and myself had been running Auntie Vera Crafting Land for a while, but Auntie Vera Scrap and Craft is no longer on, has an online store. So we have renamed the group our Crafty Patch. So anybody is free to join. Just look for our Crafty Patch on Facebook, and there's just one question for you to answer, and you'll be accepted. We have 3 challenges a month. We've just started doing some swaps. The majority of the people in there are from Australia, but we do have some lovely friends join the group from overseas, England and America, and class New Zealand as our very close friends, part of Australia. Okay, so I've got those down there. Yeah, so if you're interested in taking part in any of our challenges, or you just want a no-hassle friendly craft group to join, come over and join us and get to know us in group. Okay. So I'm just putting these down, just not really with a plan. I just want them down on my page, just in any order, not really like lining up or anything like that. But I do end up with so many of these strips from when, I suppose a lot of us do, when we make our journals. And I thought, nah, let's just use them in our mixed media. Whoops. And the last one for this side. Okay, it's right there. Alright, so I've got my strips down. They're looking good. Just hold them down. I'll put the glue back on here. Now, I haven't been crossing off what I've done. Okay, I've done the stamping. I've used scrap strips, painted with a palette knife. So I'm going to add these on. Use punched or die cut shapes. So I've got some circles. Not really sure where I want to put them. Let's just okay, so I've got some little tiny ones there. Okie doke. Right. Okay. Alright, so how many have I got there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Just thinking of maybe swap that big one out for just a smaller one. Okay, that'll do. Alright, I'm going to glue those down. Alright, and now I have my die cut circles, my shapes down. Okay, I'll just give those a minute to stick on there properly. Okay. Right, now that's my punched shapes down. They do look a little bit boring to me, but that's okay. I might put some stuff on there in a second. So the only ones I've got left now is to splatter paint, random words, and add a page border. Okay, so what I might do, I want to just add some more interest to my page. So what I'm thinking, I know a lot of you don't like finger painting or anything. I mean getting paint on your fingers. I don't mind it. I actually like it. So I'm just going to put a bit of my white gesso there. And I am going to dip my finger in and just put a little bit of my white gesso on my circles, just like in a circle motion, just to add another little bit of interest into my circles. And my cardboard that my circles have been cut out, they've got a little, they're textured on that side there too, so just rubbing the white paint over it, it's actually bringing out the texture in the background of the circles. Okay, that'll do. Got a little bit of paint on them. So what I think I might do now is just move these out of the road because I'm going to have to move my book a little bit so I can get to just doing some outlining. So I'm just going to use my Stabilo All Pencil, and I'm going to go just around or down the sides of my strips, just so that they are brought out from the background a bit. Okay, and then just grab my water brush. Now it's easier for me just to turn my book around, and I'm just going to just activate. Oh, I didn't do down there. And why didn't I do down that side? There we go. As I said, I'm just going to activate my Stabilo All So do that and then do this side down here. And we'll just turn that around that way so that I can just do the other side of these. Turn that back around. Alright, so I've got that on there. Just using that, it adds a bit of like shadowing and just makes them pop out from the page a little bit more, or a lot more, as you can see. So I'm going to do that with my circles as well. I'm just going to go, I might sharpen that a bit. So, I'm just going to roughly go around my circles. You don't have to use a Stabilo awl if you don't have one. Well, if you don't have one, you can't use it, can you? Wendy. But you could just outline them in like a gel pen if you wanted to. If you're doing circles, you might like to do another shape. I just thought I haven't had a play with circles for a while. So I've done that around my circles, so it's more or less just the same process of just going around and activating around the outside. Alright, and I have outlined my circles now. Today it's more like an abstract art month, okay? So just to get rid of any perfection that you think you're trying to go for, I don't want that, so I'm just going to grab my pencil and just do some scribbles around my circles, because nothing has to be perfect, okay? It's just having fun. And how often do you get to scribble on something? Okay, so there we go. It's not perfect, it's just fun playing, making some art. Now I've still got to put some random words on and a paint border, a page border, and some splatters. So I might do the border now, and I'm just going to use my black paint pen and I'll put that over there because my pages, I glued that page together. Okay, and I am going to just come in a bit and just put some lines down for a border. Okay, now I'll see if I can get this straight. Yeah. Crooked. Okay, so I've marked my lines just with my paint pen, and all I'm going to do is just colour that in. paint pen is running out of paint by the looks of it. Okay, I have got my border around my page. Oh, I'm going to drop my scissors on the floor again. Now I'm going to add some splatters. So I think maybe just white, because it's here on my desk. Maybe get a splatter brush, and then a brush out to do the splatters. Okay, I'll add some splatters, and then I just have to put some random words on. And I'm thinking of putting the words in the circles, okay? Alright. Okay, splatters. And I like splatters, I really do. Might come out to the edge too. I'm getting it everywhere on my table. Okay, I'll let that dry and clean up the mess that I've made all around, including on myself, and I shall come back, guys. Alright, I've just popped back on. I grabbed out a few, I cut up a few words, and my splatters are still a bit wet, but I'm just going to try and put these on without without messing up my splatters too much. So I just chose a few just different words. Thoughtful, inspire, wonderful. I've gone a bit smaller too here. Dream, laugh, infinity, and see, maybe I've got two little ones for my little circles, live, and where's the other one? I've got faith, nope, not small enough, soul. There we go, little soul there, and then we'll have faith and happiness and play. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. I've got 5 words left, but that's alright. Okay, so I'm going to glue those down and hopefully not mess up my splatters. And the last one down, and I don't think I messed up any of my splatters, so well done, Wendy. Yay, Wendy. Okay, so I think I'm going to call my page done, guys, because I really like that, and I had so much fun making it, and didn't turn out too bad, really, did it? Now, I could, if I wanted to, go around and highlight my words, but I think they just, to me, they look just fine. Okay, so I do like that little bit of abstract art this month, so wonderful. Okay, that's it for this month, guys. I like it, I like it. That looks so cool. Something totally different. Now, if you don't have any die cut shapes or any punches. You can just use, if you want to use circles, just draw around a circle and cut a few out for your page, okay? You can use squares, you can use triangles, you can use, like I said, the die cuts or punches that you have, okay? And your scrap pieces of just pattern paper just put down. That looks pretty cool. For this month, for July, I am planning on taking this process of our mixed media page into our on the side challenge as well, just for this month, okay? So, you know, have a go at doing this because I'm sure you will enjoy it. And just remember that the same process, not exactly the same prompts, but the same process that I've done here will be part of our on the side challenge just for July. Okay, so that's it. Hope to see you all in group. And, you know, if you want to join, pop over there, answer one question, and it can be, you can be from anywhere, any part of the world. It's international, not just Australian, but we do have a lot of Aussie ladies in there, and they're absolutely wonderful. Okay, alright, so that's it guys. Thank you very much. You all have a great day, and I will catch you later. Bye bye.